Hi guys, this is Shayna from YumiYarns.com. Today I'm going to do a little tutorial for you on adding beads to your knitting. This is something that I added into the Naiad shawl, which is the most recent pattern I've done. And the Naiad shawl was done with the same yarn. It's MJ Yarns 1U. And sorry, that was a weird sound. It's his single ply base, and this is the Jubilee colorway. So it's lots of pretty purples and greens and some kind of grayish tones almost. Like, it's really pretty. And just for some contrast, I've got these bright blue beads. I did actually use these beads in the Naiad shawl. Just a little tip when you're trying to pick beads, if you want it really contrasty, go for super contrasty. If you're wanting it to kind of blend in, pick colors from the yarn and go with it. So you can kind of see that's what I did. These are all the different beads that I used in the shawl. And you can see what the shawl looks like. I've got pictures of it up on my Instagram and over at YumiYarns.com. So you can see kind of how the beads knit up or worked with the yarns as we were knitting. But that being said, of all the colors I picked, this blue is the most contrasty. So that's what I'm going to use to show you today how to do your beaded knitting. So you're going to work to the stitch that you want the bead on, which in this case is this one. And what you're going to do, you're going to want a tiny little crochet hook. This one is a 0.75. I know some people use, I think, a 0.5, which is even smaller. But you can see it is super teeny tiny. But that's perfect because we want it to go right inside the bead there. So you want it small enough that the bead fits on there. And there's different sizes of beads. These I just got at Hobby Lobby, and they're 6/0. You can see 6/0 seed beads. There's also 5/0 and a couple other sizes and everything. 6 is my preferred size for working with fingering weight yarns. If you're working with lace weight, you might want to go with a different size depending on what you're doing, but 6 seems to be a good size for knitwear. So what we do, we load our crochet hook. If you're doing multiple beads in one stitch, you can put multiple beads on at once. I'm just going to show you with the single one. So you go into the stitch that you're working with, put it on your crochet hook, and you always go into it like purlwise, and slip it off just like if you were just slipping a stitch. And then we just simply slide the bead onto the stitch and put the stitch right back on the hook. And there you have it. It's ready to go. So that one's all set. And you can knit that stitch. There you go. Nice and pretty. Adds just a little bit of sparkle. If you add a whole bunch of them like I did in my Naiad shawl, you get quite a bit of weight also, which can be kind of nice, especially with lace patterns. It'll help it drape really nicely. I'm just going to do a second one here to show you. So we're going to load up our crochet hook, go to our stitch, insert the hook, pull it off. Remember to go purlwise, add it onto your stitch, put the stitch back on the needle, work your stitch. There you go. And that is it. I hope you guys have a great day. If you want, this tutorial will be up at YumiYarns.com along with all my other tutorials. I've got a whole bunch there, and you can also find the Naiad shawl there. And yeah, that's what I've got for you guys today. Thank you. Have a great day.